What's going on, guys? Get123 here with more Grand Theft Auto 5, and today what I want to address is some supposed leaked sound files that have recently come out for Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, these leaked sound files are pretty groundbreaking if they're true, but that's, I think, where the issue's at, because a lot of YouTubers have been uploading this lately and saying, you know, these are leaked, these are real, and then there's some people who are saying, well, these might not be real, but I think there's a good possibility, and then there's me, who kind of looks at these and says, well, these might be kind of ridiculous. So, what do these sound files actually suggest? Well, they suggest that there might be the addition in Grand Theft Auto 5 of basketball, horses, and chainsaws. Now, horses, okay, maybe that's a little more plausible regarding the entire, casino DLC and everything, but come on, basketball and chainsaws? I don't know. So let me explain to you why I think this might not be so real, and why you shouldn't get excited about it. But before I give you my own opinions, I strongly suggest that you guys all have a good idea of what I'm talking about, and go to that description box below and watch the video that says leaked audio files. And then when you click it, it's going to redirect you to the guy who actually uploaded the video, because I don't want to put all the sounds in my own video, of course, mainly for copyright reasons and whatnot. But yeah, so anyways, I'm going to go on with the video, assuming that you have watched that video and you've heard the sound files that I'm talking about, and you've also got some opinions of your own already worked out. So why don't we start with the basketball sounds? Well, okay, why would there be basketball sounds added to the game? The only reason that I'm really thinking is that Rockstar would add a basketball minigame, but what is the chance of that actually happening? Because they only added, I think, 2 full-fledged sports minigames, and that was golf and, tennis. And so maybe there's one that's just slipping my mind right now, but I think that those are the only 2. And when it comes to minigames like that, there's a lot of development time that goes into that. I mean, that wasn't just some little thing. For them to put a full 18-hole golf course in, and then all of the mechanics and all of the things that go along with it, and same with the tennis, to program all of that, this is some really time-consuming stuff. And I just think it's very highly unlikely that for DLC they're going to add some full-fledged basketball game. Because I think either you do it right and you do it good, or you don't do it at all. I don't think they would add some half-assed basketball minigame that's really not even fun to play. So that is why, right off the bat, the basketball just sounds really unlikely to me. So now on to the chainsaw sound effects. Now let's just be realistic. Can any of us honestly picture a chainsaw in Grand Theft Auto 5? I mean, as cool as it sounds, I really just can't picture running around the streets of Los Santos with a chainsaw and chopping people into pieces. I just don't think that that is likely in Grand Theft Auto 5. As we know, the chainsaw was in previous Grand Theft Auto games, but I think that is for 2 reasons. The first reason is that the graphics were so basic compared to Grand Theft Auto 5. You know, you could run up to somebody and slash them with a chainsaw, and there wasn't really any actual detail they needed to do. There was just kind of like a squirt of blood, and I don't know, in the one Grand Theft Auto game, some people's heads came off when you shot them in the head and things like that, but, you know, there weren't advanced graphics that made it have to look good. They could just show somebody's head pop off, or they could just show a squirt of blood and then show that person fall. But in a game like Grand Theft Auto 5, it has such an attention to detail, and they tried to make it so realistic. And I think the challenge for them would be to have, like, the actual correct body physics of when you actually take a chainsaw to somebody. Obviously, that sounds really morbid, but hey, it's just a video game. But you know what I mean? Like, when you go up to somebody with a chainsaw in Grand Theft Auto 5, you would expect them to maybe lose some limbs, and you would expect some gore, and I think that's where the other issue's at. Rockstar doesn't want to bring that much gore into this game. In the past, it seems like they were more okay with it, but if you notice, we don't see any of the brutal weapons that we've seen in the past. We don't have the long sword, you know, the katana, people's heads don't pop off when you shoot them in the head anymore. I think they're at the point where, you know, they don't want to make such downright brutal, gory games, because as graphics become more detailed, so does the gore, and I don't think that that is really a realm that they want to get into, because if they truly wanted to make it realistic, then they would need to show people's organs falling out when you cut them in half, and, you know, they would need to show, like, some really detailed things that, personally, I just don't think that they want to get into, for a number of reasons. So that is my opinion on the chainsaw, and now let me talk about the horses. Like I said, I believe that this is the most plausible of these 3 things, purely because of the supposed casino DLC that might be coming. If you're not familiar with this, there was supposedly some leaked information that suggested that the one casino might be opening up, and there could be horse racing added, gambling, and things like that, slot machines and gambling minigames. And while that might seem a little far-fetched for GTA 5, there's actually some evidence in it of, I think, what are legitimate leaked sound files and other leaked files that have come out along the way. So assuming that the casino DLC is real, then the horses might might make sense. However, I don't think that we'll ever be riding horses around the city of Los Santos or in the countryside. I don't think that our characters will ever mount a horse in Grand Theft Auto 5. I think if there are horses in the game, then those sound effects are purely from cutscenes, from watching the horse races, and even that seems, you know, a little far-fetched. So I really just wanted to make this video to make you guys think a little bit, because like I said, there are a lot of YouTubers who are presenting this as fact and saying, you know, this is leaked, this is absolute, this is true. And then, like I said, there are also some who are saying, you know, maybe it's not real. I guess I'm basically coming out of the woodwork just to say, I would say there's like a 1% chance of any of these leaked sound files ever being added to the game and being real. So, I don't know, that's just my opinion, but this is where I genuinely want to know what you guys think. At this point, I hope that you listen to the sound files, so tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Are these too good to be true, or do you think that maybe I'm way off and that there may be the addition of chainsaws? Obviously, we'd all like to see chainsaws, but would it actually happen? You know, I can't picture it. So with that, guys, please stay tuned for more videos in the future. I will see you next time.